Hello,
Okay.
everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Brenda Easton. I'm here with Dr. Tina Michelle for Deep Focus Work again. I'm excited. We've done it before a few times now. And this is something she's given as a free gift today. She usually does it only one-on-one with her clients or, with the group. But I'm so happy that she's here to give this to us today. One deep focus work session today to get done those things that you've been putting off. Once you get started, sky's the limit. So that's why we're here today. Dr. Tina Michelle, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Okay, and I feel like, just to be fair, Bruce needs to do his intro again because this is going to be in a replay for those who could
Sure.
not make it. But he did show up, and I want people to know who he is. So if he do his intro again, do you mind, Bruce?
Sure, no problem. Well, I really appreciate being amongst entrepreneurs. I guess from people that may know of Bruce Brown Filmworks or my works with 24/7 and Divided City, which is some of the first motion pictures that were shot in DC. I've been in business for 30 years. I produced 2 feature films and, you know, did numerous amount of things in film and television production. My biggest discovery is Taraji P. Henson, that was in my first film, along with pretty much any go-go video that went national came through my company, along with my TV ministry division, where I have multiple camera switcher systems where I can go out and create any, well, we didn't have Zoom like this. It was like, we call it live to tape. So we pretty much record it live directly to tape, and then we edit the portions that we want to reproduce. So I house that equipment. And back in the days, I always knew that if I was going to be a part of this game as an African American, if I didn't have any means, if I didn't have any control, then there was no way that I was going to ever be able to play. So I took those bold steps and recently been a consultant and in Prince George's County, putting together their film festival, developing other kids, helping teachers, bringing technology in the classroom. Like you now, I'm on Apple Pro, which I don't have any friends that have it, because this is avatar of me. So being around the young people, I'm pushing the envelope all the time, and I'm just happy now after 12 or 13 years has gone by, I can get back to being an entrepreneur and be a part of a circle of people like you guys and everybody that's actually watching. So that's pretty much my story. Happy to be here.
Yes, welcome, Bruce. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We also have on Linus. Would you like to introduce yourself and say a little bit about what you do, how they can find you, and things like that?
My name is Lennis Woods Mullins, and I have a wellness company for women over 40 called Praise Works, and my brand is Vibe Living. Vibe stands for being vibrant, intuitive, beautiful, and empowered. And I have a podcast, I have a membership program, I have a Facebook group of over 26,000 women. And I also I have contracts to do influencing for various products and services. And I also am a social media strategist. Been doing this for 18 years. Prior to that, I was in corporate America for 25 years and left because of an anxiety disorder and healed myself through the holistic practices that I began studying and decided that I wanted to go into business to help other women not go through what I went through. This was back when I was 51. I will be 68 in June. So I just really, I keep saying that so I can get used to the idea. But so I really am very passionate about trying to help, in particular, African American women when it comes to the whole wellness thing, because most of my clients are European. A large percentage of my followers are European, but I'm really trying to increase more focus on African Americans. And so that's one of the reasons why I think Brenda reached out to me, but I reached back because I said, okay, African American, I'm trying to get to that community as much as possible because we really need the service. We need information. We need information. We need education.
It's also an
Anyway, glad to be here.
Sorry, 1 second. Please mute your phones if you're not
It has this
speaking.
thing that says
Let's
stay
try to-
on. So
Okay.
now it's just doing a
not broken, Daddy.
Okay, there we go. I muted him. All right, sorry, Lennis.
No, that's
Please
okay.
continue.
No problem. That's
Okay,
it.
that was it? Okay, perfect. Okay, all right, let's see, we also have Chris, one of our supporters over the 20 years of the Black Business Owners Network, and been here with us up until we got 70,000 plus members. He is also a chef, a podcaster, and an inventor. You want to talk a little bit about yourself, Chris? Did I mute you? I think I muted him too. All right. What about iPhone? I see you just joined us, iPhone. Not sure who you are. Want to say who you are and talk a little bit about your company and where you're calling in from?
Hey Brenda, it's Megan. I just put the baby down to sleep, so I'm sorry I haven't been able to change my name on my account yet.
It's okay.
I'm here because Tina's awesome, and I am owner and founder of a lot of different companies. I have Wealthy Women Enterprises, Sovereign Wealth Fund out of El Salvador. I have Eden Pay out of London. I have Cotapique Aotearoa, Sovereign Bank of Aotearoa out of New Zealand. I specialize in decentralized finance protocols, and I build banking systems for the unbankable worldwide. And I also teach people how to build, grow, and launch their businesses in the commerce space, whether that's e-commerce or commerce in real life, and how they can collaborate via networks before going into making huge investments in their business. Because when I started, I had zero. And so I had to learn how to create assets because acquiring assets wasn't an option for me. And that's what I focus on now, is helping people become as limitless as their energy. And my financial systems facilitate that for people. So today I'm going to be focusing on the completion of one of the projects that I'm building right now with Tina, and getting their economic system architected out and minted into the blockchain. So right now I'm doing the numbers breakdown and mapping out the launch for the platform.
Sounds great. Thanks for joining us. And where you calling in from? Where you in the Zoom from?
I'm in El Salvador on top of a volcano right now.
I wanted everyone to hear that. El Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We also have Dee Willis. Would you like to introduce yourself, say a little bit about your company and where you're joining us from?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm having issues trying to unmute and get everything under control here. My name is Darian Willis. I'm located in Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm the CEO of Social Ghost Incorporated and Social Ghost Media LLC. I've been operating now about 8 years. I've been podcasting since 2011. What we do is we develop podcasters, and we are a network for podcasters and radio shows. We do event coverage, social media management, amongst other things.
Sounds great. Thank you for joining us, and make sure everyone put their the names, the name of their businesses, websites, and phone numbers, emails, so we can contact you after this call as well. Put that in the chat, please. Thank you. All right, back to Dr. Tina. I have to unmute yourself. You ready, Tina?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Mm-hmm.
Yes, drinking my little 5-hour energy. I'm so happy to be here today and work through some of these things that we need to engage. And sometimes we hesitate. Now, Linus is an expert in social media. Megan is an expert. Even though I have a lot of social media, and Brenda, we both have a lot of social media combined. And I think through my strategic constellation, we reach over 5 to 10 million people easily. There's always more, and there's always something to do as it regards to bringing yourself to the table and not just posting to be posting. So we want to use this time today. There's two ways you can use this time. This is deep focus work. This is not me talking head, yammer, yammer, yammer. And you guys watch, take notes, and then do nothing. I'm going to challenge you, and we're going to time ourselves. I'm going to give direction for you to walk through a project, whether it's your social media content, which is what I'm sort of was talking about this week. What day was it? Wednesday? We did social media monetization on Wednesday.
Thursday.
So now it's about right?
Mhm.
About plugging in, get your work done, or you have another project that you need to focus on. I know last time, Linus, you were talking about getting a project for corporate presentation together, right? And your outreach for your corporate presentation. And so that was great. You were able to just sit here and focus, figure out the elements, what you needed to get done, and then begin to execute. Well, what did you get done since then? That was 2 weeks ago. Were you able to continue to execute?
Yeah, I've got several meetings with benefits and employee benefits and health plan administrators for some they're probably medium-sized employers, minimum 500 employees, no more than 5,000 employees, and they're in various parts of the world. And we'll see what happens. They're interested in talking to me about the membership site, so we'll see how it goes. I did a.
What do you think your next steps are?
Pardon me?
What do you think your next steps are in that area?
My next step will be to have a phone conversation with them. I've already met with them once and gave them a presentation and then followed up with an email kind of outlining, what the program was. So now I'm going to be talking with them, each one, to find out what it is that interests them and what they're looking for, to see how we might be able to collaborate and get this membership site in front of their female employees. There seemed to be an interest with the stress and anxiety components that I have. So I've been beefing up on that. I've written several online classes that I have to upload now to the website in time for my meetings with them, so I can beef that up a little bit. But that's the next step, is to find out what attracted them and what they're looking for, and whether or not we can have some kind of meeting of the minds, because I'm not going to change things over without some kind of retained contract in hand. So that's what I'll be going for, is retainer for these companies to, custom make certain parts or portals that will work for them, and then roll it out on a beta, maybe see how that goes, and then go into figuring out what the membership price would be, or annual price, however we're going to figure that out. But first, I want to get a retained contract with them to collaborate for a beta. So we'll see.
Here's an idea. You might have done this already, but I just want to add this in there. What about an assessment, a needs assessment? And just say, as a company, you probably have done it already. Have you done that?
No, well, actually, that's what the second meeting is. It's going to find out when you say needs assessment, I'm thinking needs assessment from their perspective of their company when it comes to my product. Now, I have not conducted a needs assessment in terms of their overall company. Right now, I'm just talking to the benefits administrators, the benefits director, the people who administer all the different health benefits and things like that, who do the contracts with the companies that supply them with the different benefits that they offer their companies. Two of these companies are in Amsterdam. And the reason why I'm excited about them, because they get it in terms of the importance of preventatively taking care of their workers. They're very pro-employee, and they have all kinds of programs. But the thing they liked about this was that it was online, something that they could offer, and people could log in whenever they wanted to on their own time. And hopefully with the idea of decreasing people who are getting sick or not dealing well with their chronic issues. And even those in Amsterdam, I thought, they're pretty healthy people, but they have some issues. They do have some issues that they're dealing with that is causing an impact on their bottom line. So trying to get their sick leave rate down was one of the things they were interested in. So I'll be doing a deeper dive on what other issues they have workforce that they would like to address, and going from there. So
it's interesting that it's Amsterdam. I mean, Amsterdam is more, and this is just me take a broad swipe from what I know about Amsterdam. Mental health, anxiety, stress, that is number one, not necessarily diet and longevity, right? And they're
Right.
also very active when it comes
Yeah.
to how they manage the corporate environment. So it's not, they don't wait until the last minute. They're very proactive. They front load the cure so they can get in front of it.
Yeah, that's why
So
they're ideal. They're ideal. I would love to work with a company somewhere in Africa. I'm looking for an entree, just one company that would just like to talk with me just one time. I mean, one that's established. There's plenty of them there. I just don't have the entree. One country somewhere that, you know, talk to a mid-sized company about some of these things. I would love to do that.
I would say South Africa would be an easy fit because our cultures are so similar, and in particular with Durban, because Durban's economy is booming. It's not the same as hey, who's there? Someone say something.
Yeah, that was Antoine. He just joined us. Please mute your phone, Antoine, and welcome Antoine, James, and Monroe. Go ahead, Tina.
Thank you. It's not like some of the other places that we would assume to be proactive. Durban, just I think they're 5 years into their Essence Jazz Festival as well. So their culture is very American, very urban. They're very friendly to what we do. They have Viacom there. They have MV assets there. When it comes to music and their entertainment, it's just different than Johannesburg, right, per se. Where Johannesburg is the city, but they're also sort of older and set in their ways, where Durban is very progressive. It's the difference between Dallas and Austin. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, that sounds great. And I told you I have that friends. That's all they do is corporate benefits. So we'll get connected on that. But I'm excited. So what are you going to work on today?
I think I want to work on my organic approach for the membership program. I've got this one side, you know, talking to companies, but I also want to, in organizations, but I also want to work on my organic approach of signing up individuals. Ideas on that.
So onboarding or recruiting?
No, recruiting, marketing.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Well, social media might be pain. Or your social media campaign or evaluating it, because I know you probably already have a campaign. But
Yeah,
sometimes
I've
we
had
need to tweak it.
but I always am open to other ideas because I'm just one person, you know. I've written several strategies and I've implemented them. I have one last arm of the strategy that I haven't implemented, and I don't know why. I just haven't done it yet. And that's getting on TikTok. I have a TikTok account. It's growing, definitely growing, but I have not got on live yet. And that's something that I need to do. Just haven't done it yet. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I don't know.
I was gonna say maybe that's your challenge. Maybe that's the challenge today.
It is a little bit of
That'd
a
be
challenge for me. I don't know why. I'm not shy like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I think it's generational.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's
I'm on,
generational about TikTok.
I don't know. Well, you know, actually, you'd be surprised how many women over 50, over 60 that are on there. It's quite a
I
few.
just rolled over them.
Yeah, in fact, they're trending right now. So that's not it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think it's something else that doesn't really have anything to do with the platform itself. It's just me. And you know, whenever I'm launching something new, I'm always, well, what if it
Mhm.
yeah, what if it doesn't work? And a fear of success, fear of failure, fear period.
Or just fear putting something else on your desk, right? Sometimes. And integrating it. We have some people who just thank you, Liz, for being my guinea pig in my conversation, my inquiries, but you were here last time. And we love showing the process that this is not a linear conversation. And it's important that we grow. And most importantly, we have community, right? We're all at different parts of our business model, but business is business. You have to have something to offer. You have to have someone who wants it. Business, right? Very simple stuff. It becomes very complex in the delivery. If you only have one specific way of looking at things, sometimes you feel like it's you, sometimes it's just one chiropractic adjustment, and it changes the whole way for your business. That's why it's good to hear multiple voices here. Brenda, I think we have new people that jumped out,
Yes.
and we're going to jump in.
Okay.
Deep
So yes,
focus.
we want to welcome the new people that just joined, James, Antoine, and Mr. X. Welcome to Deep Focus Work, being coached by Dr. Tina Michelle. I would like to give you also an opportunity to introduce yourself on recording and say a little bit about your business, where they can find you, and where you're joining us on the Zoom from. So let's start with Mr. X. He's been very supportive over the years. I give him a chance to go first.
Thank you so much, Brenda. Yes, so my name is Mr. X. I'm the founder of the Mr. X Stock Market Academy. We're a stock market educational company focused on teaching individuals, families, and communities, how to build wealth in the stock market in a safe and efficient way. The website address is mrxstockmarketacademy.com. You can follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. I'll put the information in the chat. And Brenda and I, Black Business Owners Network, Black Media Group, in collaboration with the Financial Educators Group, we're hosting a financial literacy webinar on Tuesday, April 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, free of charge. So I'll put that information in the chat as well, and inviting everyone here and your network.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for
Yeah.
contacting me the other day and asking me to be a part of the webinar
Yes.
to talk about business, and the importance of it. I know we're going to be doing different things on financial literacy, and also the Black Empower Media Network. We're going to be doing a few things during the month of April. So I'm happy to be a part of your webinar. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. What about James? Would you like to introduce yourself, James, and your company, if you have one, and where they can find it, and where you join us from?
Well, hello there, Miss Eason. How are you?
Hello, James. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Appreciate the invite. Yes, James Dawson. I'm here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Do business across the U.S. and Canada. Got out of the Air Force, so I'm new to the independent business owner world. Started branching out into initially with branding myself on Facebook, but trying to learn and get up to speed with some of the other platforms that are available. My world is an online services that we provide to you and all. There's 10 different essential services for the residential owner, and 80 essential services for the business owner. We are focused right now in on the healthcare piece, where we know there are millions. I think the last number that I saw was like 40 million people across the United States were not properly insured or uninsured. We provide a healthcare coverage solution that is very attractive to all, but specifically for those people that are small, medium-sized business owners with less than 49, well, small business owner with less than 49 employees, gig employees, self-employed, and the like. So again, same thing. I'll provide my information to you, and look forward to listening and learning and growing with each and every one of you on this line. So again, Brenda, I appreciate you and appreciate the invite, and back over to you.
You're welcome, James. You didn't tell me you was in the DC metro area like I am, so we definitely got to get together. We're going to be doing some things with the BBON. Our first live events are going to be in the DC metro area, so I'm definitely going to
Absolutely.
be about that. Okay. All righty, and make sure you put your contact information in the chat. Everyone who joined, your name, the name of your company, phone number, email address, and website. Okay, now let's to Antoine. Would you like to introduce yourself and your company?
Wait, I'm sure. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. How you doing?
Hi, Antoine. I know that face. The poet,
How
right?
you doing? I have papers on the wall. So don't worry about that. That's my projects, even like that I'm doing.
Okay.
You know, yes, sir. Real quick, I'm here for some business growth. I appreciate y'all, inviting me and joining me. I'm not a man of of many words, so I'll be brief. I'm a poet and writer, entrepreneur. have a report. I have a on Amazon. I've been writing books for about 30 years, so I'm showing my age. I have a reading a clothing line also. That's called the Reading Word, the .com. I put it in the comments at the website. What else? I have a greeting card, a company also, Jamoji Cards, and I help Wichita Falls, Texas. That is a city about 2 hours north of Dallas, and I'm just here for business growth. I have a bunch of things also. I have so many things that are going on, and what's that? Let's see, books, poetry, clothing line. What else I have? I have a Patreon also, so you can go there and check it out. And I also have a Facebook poetry group that's called the World Spoken Word Facebook poetry. Now has 50,000 as members, and I post there all the time. And I feel like I'm leaving something out. That's pretty much it. Thank you for having me. I'm planning on joining and growing with y'all. I'm kind of I'm doing this for years, but I feel like I'm still a novice in business. And y'all's a conversation that I heard. It seems like y'all very experienced. I'm working with some very smart women. And so I thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to for growing with y'all and sharing some ideas. And that's pretty much it, Brenda. So thank you for having me. I'm very excited for the future.
Thank you for joining us, Antoine. I appreciate that. Again, put your contact information in the chat, everyone. If you think of anything else, I know you said it might be something you forgot, put that in the chat as well that you do. Okay? All right, and your phone number, don't forget the phone number. Say it again.
All right, and thank you, Brenda.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you. Love your work. I've been watching you online. Thank you. All right. Did I miss anybody? Anybody else want to say anything really quickly? Now we're going to go in and jump into deep focus work with Dr. Tina Michelle.
Was that everyone?
I believe that's everyone.
Okay, guys, are you guys in a place where you can get some work done? Are you able to concentrate and focus for at least the next hour or so?
Yes.
That's what we're going to do. One of the things I love to do is, everyone knows that I do architecture, and I'm also the CEO of this broadcast company with a lot of channels. But what I find is that with all the information that we get, we do not have the opportunity to do everything that we are consuming, right? So my personality as a trainer, a coach, and a mentor is very much East Coast, New York, get it done. Just get it done, right? And let's get it done now. And let's prove it that we got it done, right? And sometimes we need that time allocated just for that. And we could miracles if you could just focus for a period of time. So this technique I like to do with my clients comes from a technique called Pomodoro. More than anything, that's what I'm demonstrating the skills of, is focus. Why? Because this is a time where you really, really need to focus. You cannot be looking at social media all day. Cannot be listening to what people are saying and what's going on and who has an order for this or who's taking this and who's doing that. You must own the intellectual property right here, and you must execute. Would you agree?
I definitely agree.
You in the chat, if you agree with me, just put a 1 in the chat, so I know that you're there with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus. Now, I gave the suggestion of focusing on social media. Why? Because just like Lynn said, even though she's doing social media, she's a strategist, she still has a platform that she has to sort of jump into and force herself into. As many follows as our companies and networks have, I have very little personal social media. Very little. You'll see something here and there. It's mostly in niche communities. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We have people like the beautiful Megan that's here today, and then my other daughter, Shekinah. who kick my butt to post anything. Why? Because they go viral all the time. And they're used to going viral. And Megan, I don't know if you want to take a moment before we jump in. There's different levels of viral to me, right? I don't go crazy viral, but my social media is crazy effective. Meaning, my 1 to 200 people, right? And Brenda's watching me do this for how many years? Are so engaged that if we have to raise 100,000 right quick, we can do it, right? Because that's
Right.
our community. But then you have people who go crazy viral, right? And usually that's a celebrity brand or music brand or whatever. And I mean to the tune of, my daughter got 3 billion views. That's viral, crazy viral, TikTok, 3 billion, no exaggeration, right? And you have Megan, who engages her social media a different way. And so she has the combination. She goes crazy viral and she raises a lot of capital at the same time. So I don't know, Megan, if you're in a position to discuss the virility, right, and viability in social media and your thoughts on it. I don't know if she's there.
Were you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. I was
It's
saying,
like I was-
you have a moment to talk about social media.
Absolutely. Let me close this door. The first thing is that understanding that the first time that someone encounters your offer is through your social media content. And so sometimes we have a tendency to overcomplicate the social media expression and the experience, but the simplest methodology of figuring out what our content is going to be is understanding that people are looking for transformation, right? They're looking for transformation in the space that your expertise is in. And if you can focus on those actionable, bite-sized awareness points that build up to the completed successful experience that people are looking to have in your space, each one of those is a piece of content. Okay, so if we're talking about my son just baked oatmeal cookies, right? There's a video that you could create of you mixing the ingredients of the oatmeal cookies, and you can have a backlink to a recipe, and you can talk about like your grandma's favorite oatmeal cookies recipe. Somebody who's looking on how to make oatmeal cookies on social media, like me, is gonna click that and they're gonna go read your recipe, right? And so that was the first experience of the offer. And oftentimes that social media content is the manifested form or the real life tangible form of the transformation you're offering through your product. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so once we lock in on that, the next step that you're going to facilitate is market research. So if you have your oatmeal cookie recipe and you're going to look up the top search terms for oatmeal cookies, okay? So there is a site called Ask the Public. You guys go there and see questions that people ask about your specific keywords, okay? You go to the social media platforms that you're on. So if you're on TikTok, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, search your keywords. And I want you to find in the Discover page the top performing pieces of content, okay? You're gonna save 10 of those on every single platform that you're wanting your content to go viral on, or even just be seen. Virality that happens, it's a formula, which I'm sharing with you right now, but just to be seen, you want to see, okay, what are people searching and what are they engaging in, right? Because social media is all about the rules of engagement. Once you've found those pieces of content on each one of those topics, you find the similar point of intersection between your area of expertise and that viral piece of content, and you recreate it in your own expression, okay? Because that's where the bridge between the algorithm capturing your content and then you delivering to the algorithm a piece of content that is going to float around and bring people back to
your links, your profiles, your offers. Okay. So this is how every single person, when I have somebody that comes to me with absolutely 0 followers, they've never had success with social media, if they think it's an alien, the market research is the very, very, very first, outside of their own development of their offer, step that we take, because you're going to see what's actually out there. And your job is to facilitate delivering a piece of content that bridges people from what currently is out there back to you as the expert in your space. Okay. And what's really cool is if you do this the right way, you can actually create your own lane, because you guys are all unique in the way that you do things, right? And so if you can see, oh my God, this is a lot of standard information that's being delivered, or there's a lot of misinformation being delivered, right? So maybe somebody's saying that, like, you know, this one key fact, and so people keep replicating that one key fact. You can say myths about that one key fact that they're going viral about, and then you give your expertise on top of that. That's how you get yourself positioned in social media as an expert. Okay, so these are just a few little things that like anybody can do when starting out. If you know how to tie your shoes, okay, if you know how to use the knife sharpener in the knife block, okay, there is somebody out there who does not know how to do that thing. And so if you just focus on the fact that your job is to create a transformational experience to whoever encounters your piece of content, and whether it's taking them through a revelation, like a thought revelation by reading what you wrote, or whether it's by watching the video that you're putting out to learn how to do something, that's what people get on social media to consume. And then once they start consuming your piece of content, that video, that article, etc., they are going to want more. And so your job, last but not least, is your calls to action and your answer funnel. Okay, so some of us may have fully built out funnel systems on our business, and some of us may have absolutely no funnel whatsoever. But calling, oh baby, Christiana woke up. Calling people back to your inbox. DM me for more with a keyword. That's my favorite one. So DM me the word oatmeal if you want my grandma's oatmeal cookie recipe, or DM me for the link to the extended video, or sending them to your other social media platform. So you may have, Brenda may have recorded an entire episode, right, on her platform, and she's redirecting people back to, say, her YouTube or wherever she hosts her network viewership from a short video that she had on her main social media. And so you want a call to action to drive that traffic back to a place where they can get more of whatever that micro offer was that you offered up in the form of that piece of content. And the last thing I'm going to say is I want you to think about it like a frequency. And so the first time that somebody encounters you on social media is the first time that they encounter your vibe. Okay. And so you want to make sure that your frequency that you're offering is a frequency that's the authentic expression, because you don't want to have to maintain a frequency that's not yours, right? You don't want to have to keep acting in a way for social media that is not yours. And I learned this the hard way on accident by going viral on topics that weren't necessarily you know, my nest egg, right? My heart space. It was something that I knew how to do, something that I had, you know, expertise in. And what ended up happening is I would refer people into affiliate programs in those areas that I would accidentally go viral, that I wasn't wanting to talk about all the time, or create a whole new person to be, right? And so just be, when you're creating your content, make sure you're offering a frequency through those bite-sized pieces of content. That's your authentic frequency. That's the true transformation that you can offer. Make sure that you're not overcomplicating it by trying to give everybody the whole horse. You know what I mean? Give them a picture of the horse. A little bit of a description on what it's like to be around the horse. And that is all. Say bye, Christiana.
Oh, hey, baby. All right. Thank you so much, Megan.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I mean, thank God we're recording this, because I'm pretty sure people are going to want to hear that again.
Yes, I was taking notes, but I'm glad it's recorded.
Yes, it's a whole masterclass on social media. When you first got onto the Zoom, there was a link with a little bit of information just to help you sort of think about your social media. Everyone, just take that link, download it, and sort of think about it if you're going to be working on your social media content right now. Think about how you're engaging it. Why am I sticking on this? Because, like she said, that's how you engage people. Your branded experience begins with when people come to first point of contact with you. You want it to be intentional. You want it to be real. You don't want it just to be solicitous, right? Where you're constantly selling. You want to bring people into your world, and you want them to see who you are, and everything you do is an extension of who you are because you're the brand. Also, don't let social media intimidate you. What do I mean by that? We see all kinds of brands. They spend all kinds of money or no money. Don't let the perception of their specific value frighten you from moving forward. Sometimes we think it's saturated. Sometimes we think there's so much content out there like that already. We're not going to do it. Sometimes it's those boutique conversations, smaller conversations that grab people's attention, not the ones that look like $1 million Fifth Avenue campaigns. I'm going to give you an example. My lip glosses. This sounds really shallow, but I have to give you this. This is the lip gloss that most people would say is the best, right? I'm not going to necessarily say the name, but it's an expensive brand, a trending brand, right? This is also a lip gloss that people say are the best, right? You see this in Macy's and everything. You'd be surprised that this one, with the very plain packaging, is actually my favorite one and has the best formula out of all of them, and at least expensive, but it's the most valuable to me. Why? This lip gloss is made by Sugar Tea.
Okay.
One of my best friends, my clients. Yes, she is a celebrity Grammy Award winner. That's not the reason why I love this lip gloss. I love the fact that she went out of her comfort zone and she's speaking to an audience that's a certain age group, 50 plus, right? And she's giving them a product that's perfect for their skin. It doesn't have to be this audience, which is the billionaire, right? Female. As a matter of fact, I most likely ignore that. This was given to me as a brand deal for that company. But I'm really interested in how this artist got involved in creating this, what her story is. And that's how we make sugar go viral, is by telling her own story. And people buy it because she has very strong, customizable call to actions. So when you are thinking about your social media campaign today, if that's what you're writing, some of you are going to be, I'm tackling other goals. Linus is tackling another goal. It might be the same thing though, Linus. It might be designing your social media campaign for TikTok so that you can just execute and think about that audience right then and there, right? But when you're engaging this audience, make sure that people are engaging you, who you are. What else is more important? Why else is that important? If you are selling a lip gloss or mug, right? My favorite mug, Live Simply. It doesn't matter what the item is if Tina Michelle is speaking to you. They'll buy whatever Bruce is telling them to buy because they fell in love with Bruce's brand, Bruce's brand, Chef Riley's brand. They fell in love with those brands. And they're going to say, Chef Riley just sold some hot sauce. I want that hot sauce, right? That's what they're going to say.
That's right. Hi, y'all.
Hey, Chef Riley.
That's going to be their connection with you. Right? So you get a chance, go ahead and get your little free gift for joining in. The link is in the chat. And Megan, if you get a chance to look at it and see if I missed anything in that little free gift to help them with their content and how to create your content pillar strategy, at least the beginning of it. We're going to continue in this conversation And some people have, they circle back to me and they go, how can we get more?
Hey,
This is-
Junior, how do you like the title Assemblyman?
Oh
How do
my
you like
goodness.
the title
Gerald
Assemblyman?
Borsico, can you mute
Yes.
yourself?
I thought that was my nephew. Hey, Gerald. Gerald, or is it Daddy?
Gerald, that's the dad. That's the first version of him.
Oh, okay.
That's so funny.
Tina, I
Which-
just read the document and I really love what you did, because what people don't understand is like, you want to think about your, and I say this all the time. You want to think about your social media platform as a piece of digital real estate that people want to come to hang out in. All right. And so when you're offering that free.
Uh-oh.
Where did she go?
Jeez. She might have got disconnected. It said she left, but she probably right back.
Yeah.
And then it said she's gonna try to come right back too. She had to step away for a minute.
Okay.
Right.
Well, what's funny is that the baby has a tendency to press the red button because it's red.
Right.
Good. I want you guys to look at that. I actually have another document for you. Another gift. If you are focusing on your social media, put a 1 in the chat so I know that you actually need this today. I really believe that it's important that we understand this is not just about posting. This is your free advertisement, your media, whether it's your podcast, your social. Literally is a way for people to engage you without spending a whole bunch of money. You guys get that?
Yes.
You're in business. I hear people make excuses for people and business. This is what you need to do. Do you need someone to tell you that? I had to have someone tell me that. My daughter, as a matter of fact, and the Megan that you just heard, who's one of my daughters as well. I don't care. This is what you need to do, Mom. I'm used to traditional legacy television. I'm used to old school, right? I'm used to having a bit. I don't have to do all that. Well, it's very different when you're building a brand, right? That having the conversation ongoing, it doesn't have to be a lot. I see some people do a lot, 4 or 5 posts a day. Do what is authentic to you, and that's what people will grow to expect. Denise says 1. Brenda says 1. I love you guys. You guys are so engaged. Antoine 1. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to give another tool. But what we're going to do, we're at the top of the hour. We're going to go ahead and start our first 25 minutes. Decide what you're going to work on. Decide what the goal is. You have 25 minutes to get really concrete. Make it very simple. Right? Linda said she's going to focus on her project, which it's either going to be TikTok or her next level for corporate outreach. Right? And me personally, I'm going to get on the phone with Megan because we got to figure out something for blockchain Bitcoin. You guys figure out what your goal is for the next 25 minutes. Then we're going to come back for 10 minutes and debrief it. And then we're going to do another 25 minutes, right? And try to see if we can finalize some actions in the second session. Fair enough? Are we ready to go?
Ready.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll be back here at 25 after the hour. All right, we are counting down. Hello, hello, hello. Are we here?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. What did you work on, Brenda?
I worked on the document that you gave us, the free gift. I answered the questions and I can want to go over a few of them answers. Or...
Oh, wait for people to get back.
Okay.
Was it helpful when it came
Very,
to?
very helpful. And I also work with Bruce. We were doing some texting back and forth, and he's coaching me on some things to do for the 2-minute clip that we have to do to engage people, and also the whole project, the whole story.
Mhm.
So let's see who we got here.
Now, Bruce, that's working on BEMN or BBON?
Actually, he's helping me with the BBON is Zamari's World. So the project, the documentary, and the events that we're doing, he's documenting the events.
Okay, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce is back. If you're back in the room, put a 2 in the chat so we know that you're here. Linda said she had something to do, right?
Yes, she said she's gonna try to make it back, but she did have something to do. Mm-hmm. Let's see, Mr. X. See, that Chris and Megan. I think that's her iPhone.
Okay, why don't you share with us? Who wants to share what you worked on during the break? Whether it was looking at the worksheet that I gave you guys, or it was working on a project individually. Who wants to go first?
All right. I'll go. All right, so I went over the document, the free document that you gave us to help us to clarify our content experience. So the first question you asked was, what do you want to be known for online? And is your current content reflecting that? And I said, yes, resiliency at entrepreneurship and in life, period. Um, Especially after unexpected losses. Like many of you might know that I recently lost my 12-year-old to an unfortunate drowning. So I want to help others, no matter what they go through, to be resilient and still be successful in business. Never give up on their dream, and to provide the people around them and the tools they need to be able to do that. So, 2, if your social media were a room, how would people feel when they entered it? And you gave some examples, and I selected inspired and empowered. And 3, who are you talking to, and who are you really trying to serve? And I put the Black Business Owners Network, the business owners there by empowering them, giving them the tools they need to partner and have success. Like through these networking events we're doing, as well as the book that you and I are writing together, Dr. Tina, to help them through grief, help them, give them tips and tricks to make it through grief, which is a journey. So number 4, what are they hoping to find when they follow you? I said educational seminars and webinars such as this one that we're having now, the one I'm doing with Mr. X on financial literacy. I know we have Autism Awareness Month, you and I, Tina, for Beeman, to tell the story of my daughter who was once diagnosed with it, but is now been accepted to many colleges and is doing well. So number 5, what role does your brand play in your audience's life? You had like coach, challenger, solutionist, and I selected coach and grief and business resiliency coach. 6, what emotional shift do you want someone to have from your content? For example, I never thought of that. I feel ready. I needed that. and I selected I needed that. Number 7, what are 3 words that describe the experience you want followers to consistently feel? You gave some selections. I selected empowered, ignited, and equipped. And 8, what do you want people to do after seeing your content? You gave suggestions there, and I selected book a call and share it. 9, are you giving people a way to respond, engage, and participate? Say yes in the BBON and through webinars and meetups like this one. Then what is the one message you could repeat for the next 90 days that will transform your business and bless your audience? I said never ever give up, no matter what. And 11, how does your content move someone closer to transformation or transaction? Can they see the next steps clearly? I said yes, by getting them to webinars like this one with coaches and experts that will explain everything in detail. Thank you, Dr. Tina, for that. And bonus reflection, if your content heals someone, what would it heal? I said heart and the entrepreneurial spirit will be ignited. If your content led someone, where would it take them? Said to success in business, no matter what challenges they may face in life. And the last one, if your content spoke for you in the room before you entered, what would it say? I said again, never ever give up, no matter what you might face. You will get the tools and tips, the education that you need here at the BBON to be able to partner, grow, and have a successful business. That's it. Thank you again for the document. That was very helpful.
Was it helpful? Good.
Yes.
And I'm thank you for answering all the questions. Sort of like your first conversation around personal branding, right? I don't really do personal branding. I do something called whole life branding. Personal branding seems to be like, you see these family channels on YouTube. It doesn't necessarily mean your whole life is addressed, right? I believe that how you do some things is how you do everything. And the thing that you're avoiding is probably the thing that's running your life, right? So in order to get to that, we examine the whole life when it comes to branding. And then it becomes very easy to flow from that place, right? So you get your core, and Brenda, you've heard this information for 20 years. Once you get real with it, right? It's the judgment, and hatred, or animosity. But just be real about what happened, how it happened.
I think you're muted, Tina.
Yes, I want to see who else filled out the questions.
Anyone else?
I only have 3. I was actually multitasking and trying to listen to the rallies being live on Fox. And my interest is agriculture, education, and hospital institutions, which are priority. I have plenty of ideas. I mean, it's like Arizona and El Paso, Texas are deserts. So what they could do is build a structure, a irrigation system. So, they could grow and plant food and have food for, animal just to feed the animals in case, people like meat. But yeah, there's so much unutilized land that can be utilized. You just have to figure out, some solutions to irrigate those systems, those areas, so there'll be plenty of food. Especially with the, like I said, with the education system, yes, teachers need to be paid at least $60,000 a year. And to, just to live in this economy that we have right now. So my thing is, I was listening to Bernie Sanders. He gave a good speech. Warmock, who's from Atlanta, Georgia, and John Ossoff, who's running for president. So we need, start, getting together, vote, get Ossoff in the office, and get Trump out of there, because he's destroying America's structure, only to make, give tax breaks to other rich people, which is not fair. So, and then start making those rich folks pay the taxes, because what you gonna do with this money? You can't take it with you. When you're gone, you're done. It's over. You know what I'm saying? And where that money's gonna go? I mean, is it going to, some beneficiary, some type of place where you can, to help other people, like donations to, corporations that help others. I mean, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So
How is that impact?
yeah, I'm on world events right now. And that's
So your
my
world
greatest
events,
concern.
your world events, Chris, begin with you. How does your brand engage with this information on the outside? What conversations are you going to contribute to community right now? Right?
My contribution was to be building a podcast so I can get the word out as well, and just educate people on what we need to do to just be productive citizens. The White House shouldn't even be called the White House. It should be called, our house, American Citizens' House. That's how I feel. So, I mean, that's my
What
take.
are your next steps for you to start getting your voice out there?
Building my podcast.
What is going to be step number one?
Step number one, I'm a bit, I'm not that computer illiterate. I mean, I do have all the devices I need to get it started. I just need to get them connected and operating. I know most of the part I can do it on my phone. Procrastination is like a disease, and I'm guilty of it.
Well, here's what you can do today. Because you can do it. This is what you can do today. You can start with audio today.
Okay.
So your next 25 minutes should be focused on going to ChatGPT, asking what are the simple steps with just my phone and recording audio for me to start my podcast. That's your job. Your next 25 minutes. That's your job.
Okay.
Okay. And then that way, next time we're in a live session, your first episode is going to be done, Chris.
All right.
Okay.
All
You
right.
ready to go? You ready to do it?
ChatGPT.
Okay. You ready to do it?
Yes.
Yeah, we started. I heard him talking on the phone.
And just ask them how to get it started.
Yeah. And say, don't even worry about your other equipment. Don't worry about all the other stuff you have. Just, I have my phone. I want to record an audio and I want to start today. What are my steps today? Okay.
Right.
This next segment, this is our second 25-minute segment for everyone. Okay. Thank you, Chris, for sharing, by the way. This is our second 25-minute segment. This is how we're going to end today. I want you guys to hear what I just said to Chris. What are you going to do today? What are you going to do today to be in action about whatever it is that you've identified during the first 30 minutes, right? And get yourself started. We typically do these Pomodoro / deep focus work sessions for 4 hours. We could write a whole book in 4 hours, a whole course in 4 hours. This is just giving you the structure and how to engage it, right? How to use sprint work. This is what I do on a regular basis. I'll just blah, 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 do whatever. And then I'm like, okay, let me focus for 25 minutes. Boom, knock it out. Then I go and I readjust, I evaluate, 25-minute sprint, knock it out. No excuses, no reasons. There's a lot of reasons as to why we don't do something, but guess what? I cannot take your reasons to the bank. Only results. Okay. Before we close, we have, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 more minutes before we do this last 25-minute session. Anyone else answer any other questions in the handout? Maybe just share 1 or 2 answers. Okay. All right, guys, are you here? Are you present? We're gonna do this last 25-minute session. You can use this 25 minutes to hit that link and fill out the content pillar worksheet as well. I want you to answer these questions for yourself about yourself. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world around us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can blame it on society, politics, all kinds of things. But the epicenter of change begins with us. Change is an inside-out job. It's not an outside-in job. We need to transform first. We got to take the first action. Me and my daughter have a thing that we have to do something that's sort of difficult. When she was little in particular, we would literally go 1, 2, 3, let's go. Like, and just start. 1, 2, 3, boom, let's start, right? Don't think about it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Because the great thing about making decisions, you can make a new one if you don't like the one you made. But just start. Fear of starting is the biggest thing that we confront because it's failure, fear of incompetence. It's imposter syndrome. There's so many different isms that come up when we're starting. But when you start, you're flexing that muscle of execution. Any questions before we jump into this next 25 minutes of work?
It's just, what are we going to do today, right?
What are you going to do today towards that goal?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You and Bruce, you spoke offline about making like the promo videos or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do today towards that goal? You guys could create the outline. You guys could schedule how many you need to do, right? To really get the message. You can break it up by message, by category, but figure out what's going to get you closer to execution today.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions? We're going to jump into this 25 minutes. That means we'll be back at 2:05 my time, 5 after the hour, wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. X, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Are you finding this valuable?
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. Thank you for sharing the link as well. just allowed me to be kind of reevaluate, how I'm you know, going through my business and presenting my business, to the world and to the audience that I'm trying to connect with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you got that. Let me see what I have another one. I want to make sure it's in alignment.
There was
Um,
only one link you shared, right? Or was it two?
yeah, that one that I shared with you was clarifying your content experience, right? Is that what you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna share another one that is talking about goals and pillars. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send another one. That should be helpful. I believe too much is too much, right? You can't give too much. I want people to get it, so I'd rather just give you pieces. Right. And then I like what you said, you reflected on what you're already doing. No one here is not familiar with social media. It's just what's your part. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the chat. Okay, Brenda, can you click on that and see if it works?
Yes. Yes, it does.
And if anyone wants to reach me after this segment, you can always reach me through Brenda. She helps me with my scheduling. Otherwise, I'd go crazy. Cheers for Brenda.
Hey.
Tino, she walked with me through that Snoop event December. And she said, I'll help. I'm like, are you sure?
That was the
You know what my schedule is really like? Okay. In real life. So I can't do it without her. So thank you, Brenda. And
You're
by the way,
welcome.
the shirt, it is working.
Say it again.
The hair, the
Oh,
shirt.
oh, it's the spring. The first day of spring. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh my gosh, she ready. She ready. She ready.
I'm ready.
Ready. Okay, guys, 25 minutes. We'll be here at 7 minutes after the hour. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. Yes.
The timer on for 25 minutes, Brian. You know how we get those numbers get weird.
Okay. Yeah, it's 48 after, so okay, I'll put a time on and I'll let you know when we need to come back.
Awesome, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How can I get started with a podcast viewing my interests and views on politics?
1825.
5 minutes left.
5 minutes left, okay.
Two minutes.
Okay, Time's up.
It's time.
What did you do for this session, Brenda?
I went over the second document that you gave us and wrote down a lot of ideas. Manny said to create the social media, the pillars of things that we need to do next. And I said I wanted to do more lives, to go live after this one and explain, all this, everything we learned from this one and encourage people to join the next event and also to work on the next events.
Yeah.
Yeah, put together the spreadsheet of the people who were on this one and, get organized, get them invited to the next event. That's pretty much it.
Excellent. Excellent. Do you think the handouts are helpful?
Very, very much so. I mean, thinking about some things I never thought about before and yeah, I'm ready.
So I put the worksheets in the WhatsApp Deep Focus work group chat. So in case you need them. And I meant to put a link. I think people are still working. Is Megan, are you there?
Is she iPhone? Is that you, Megan?
I think that's her.
I'm here.
Did you see the second handout?
No, I haven't seen it yet. You sent it to me on my text.
Yeah.
I see it.
Okay. Mr. X is still there.
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, excellent. I'm putting the link for Deep Focus and maybe we can put the replay there for WhatsApp. That's the Deep Focus session chat. The handouts are there. And if Brenda, you get a chance to put the replay there. I know it's long.
Mm-hmm. I can do that.
But you're gonna do a recap on Facebook anyway, so.
Right.
All right, guys, so tell me what you guys think. What did you get done? Did you get anything done? Chef Raleigh?
Hi, you guys. I was just like kind of tagging in and listening in because I got off at 3 and arrived home at 3:30 and logged in at 3:45 and trying to get back, and I'm back and forth cooking and cleaning and stuff and trying to have a place where I could be able to, sit down and just listen
Relax.
in on.
Well, you'll have the replay and you have the handout, so you can go through it again.
Hmm.
All righty. Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Well, guys, there's so much fun when we all get together. Invite people. I don't know when do you want to do our next Q&A, Brenda? You gonna do a podcasters Q&A or Deep Focus?
I'm gonna check the guidelines and figure out what to put on the thing.
Yeah.
I wrote a little something. Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, you asking me if we can do a podcast this one? Sure, because the main thing people reach out to me about the business owners, of course, they want to partner and grow and everything, but they need exposure. If you don't have exposure, no one knows about you. No one will know about you. So yes, we definitely want to do the podcasters and let them know how they can come on the network.
Excellent. When do you want to do the next one?
Saturday, let's see. We can, what about Tuesday?
You know how my Tuesdays look.
Oh, what's the
We do the last one.
we did last one on Thursday. Let's see.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah, it was Thursday.
Okay, snuck it in on Thursday.
Mhm.
Let's do it again. Let's do a Q&A.
Okay, sure.
Thursday.
Thursday.
You know, Tuesday's like,
I forgot. That's a busy day. So yeah, Thursday, what time of day? Midday, evening?
it's the time we had it last week.
Okay, so that was 2:00. Oh, that's 2:00 Eastern Standard Time, 11:00 Pacific Standard Time.
You don't have anyone at 11 o'clock Thursday?
I can check to make sure. Let's make sure.
The Q&A, that's a broadcaster's Q&A. We talk mostly about why you need to have a media partner. And then some people, want to get on the TV networks. We're trying to facilitate that for them through BEMN. Because if you go straight to connect to your city, it's a whole different conversation, whole different price point. Okay. We're here to build up the BBON, BEMN, and move forward from there. So I think she's checking the time. I want you guys to have a time for the next time we connect. So you can invite people and just hope my voice comes all the way back already.
Okay, so
Yes, yeah.
yeah,
And I also learned a lot too.
that's
Went into Chat GPT and it answered a lot of my questions, especially about the subjects that I want to speak about, and especially the agriculture is a practice of cultivating the soil and growing crops and feeding livestock. I mentioned Arizona, but I also knew Mexico is desert land that can also be cultivated where they can grow food and provide for livestock. So, yeah. And I just went for a range of topics on political issues. I just want to address them all.
When are you gonna
'Cause I
start?
feel I'm starting as soon as possible. I mean, right now I'm just working through my phone, but
Just record the
it's
audio.
possible. I mean, AI just, ChatGPT just told me, all the
All you
platforms
gotta
I
do
can
is
go
record
on to and remix videos and do my own videos, and hey, let's get started.
Exactly. Okay.
so
So
yes,
when are you gonna, by the time we meet again, Thursday, Chris, episode 1.
Excuse
We
me?
want to hear episode 1 live.
Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right.
Don't worry about
All right.
edits. Don't worry about your intro. Let's just hear the content.
Okay. Got you.
All right. Then we'll help you and perfect that. But we got to get started. You got to just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
1,
Just
2,
like
3, Chris. 1,
All
2,
right.
3. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. Another day of Tina Michelle and her froggy voice. Praise the Lord. And we'll be
That's
back.
a beautiful voice.
Did you want to add anything?
That's a beautiful voice.
So yeah,
Did
just
Mr.
been-
X want to say anything?
No, I just want to thank Brenda for inviting me. It was definitely a very informative meeting. One of the things, one of my main takeaways from today's session is you really have to have a plan of action, for your life and your business, because otherwise there's nothing to measure.
Right. Right. Exactly.
How do you measure anything if you don't have a plan?
How do you know you're doing better?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And even just 1 degree better is huge. Like take you to your tipping point, right?
Yes.
We said the other day, success is a series of small steps taken towards a common goal. It's not necessarily a huge quantum leap. Other people see a huge leap, right? But most of our overnight success was that day probably past 20 more years, right? Past
Yeah.
20 years. That day plus however long it really took for us to go from ideation to execution. When you're in an accountability group like this, it's so easy to collapse time because you get to step outside of yourself, ask the proper questions, step outside of yourself, look at it from a whole different lens, press the remix button, do what you're doing already, but more efficiently and better. So thank you for being here, Mr. X. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank
Everyone,
you.
enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. You too. Thank
Okay.
you. Yes. Thanks for
Okay.
joining. I was gonna say thank
Yes.
you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
And lastly, I put the flyer in the chat for the
Perfect.
financial literacy webinar that Brenda and I are hosting with the Financial Educators Group, which is another company that's a part of the Black Business Owners Network. So I encourage you all to definitely register, be a very high impact. If you know individuals that may be interested. April's Financial Literacy Month. Yeah, so
We have a lot planned for Financial Literacy Month for BBON.
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, thank you. We'll be
Okay. Everyone
post-
have a good one. Thank you so much.
We're going to
Yes.
be doing also an event.
Thank
for-
you. Thank you.
I don't know if you heard me.
No, can you say it again?
I'm squeaking. We're doing an event for women in April called Girl, Don't Get Bullied Out of Your Bag.
Oh,
So-
really? Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to be focused on what does it mean? And it doesn't just apply to women. It applies to all people in underserved communities.
Okay.
We have not been part of the financial conversation for the past 100 years as it regards to designing and creating a path forward. We're able to do that today. So let's come together and do that. April is the Financial Literacy Month. It is a multicultural conversation, but we are starting with the women's conversation as well.
Okay, great.
Y'all feel like family to me, so you know, hey, thank y'all. You know,
We
I
are
feel like-
family.
yes, indeed, yes, indeed, God's family. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone have a good one once again.
Okay, you as well. You as well.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye. Yes, that's what this community is about, to come together and to hold each other accountable to make sure that we reach our goals. So thank you guys again for joining. It's been wonderful speaking with you guys, engaging with many more BBON members. If you haven't become a member of the Black Business Owners Network, BBON on Facebook, make sure you join us. And also check out the Black Empowered Media Network, BEMNTV.com, BEMNTV.com. I had to throw that in there. All right, Tina. Do you have any closing words?
Yeah. Bye-bye.
I wanted to see if Megan wanted to say anything before we close out. I know she's still here, sort of, kind of.
I'm here. I
Okay.
just want people to understand that your social media is like, it's like adding an arm and another employee to your business even before you have that capacity to pay for, because social media is working day and night to push your content. And if you put you in your content, if you're brave enough to be one of the people that are authentic in the space, your content's gonna get pushed. And to don't sleep on it and don't overthink it, but just get it done and get it out there, because that's what's gonna take your presence to the next level. And when people start to recognize your name from stuff that they see on social media, that takes you to places that a lot of times we don't have the capacity to do, even in our real peer-to-peer businesses and in face-to-face businesses, belly-to-belly businesses. So I really want you guys to take the time to actually implement the things that you learned here today and bring back those results during our next, session, where we could touch base and say, what have you guys experienced since you started to implement some of these things? Because when you can grasp the concepts Tina Michelle shared with you, and you can apply that to what it is that you're curating for people and the encounter that you're curating for people when they engage with your content, it's going to make a huge difference. A lot of people don't have these foundational understandings. So that's all that I have to share.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, another one in the books. That was great. That was great, Dr. Tina. All right. No way I have. Oh, you muted.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All righty. That's all I have for now. If you're a podcaster and you want to come on the Black Empowerment Media Network, you can call or text 202-308-3157. 202-308-3157. Brenda Easton signing off.